shows me the potential though. That's right, slow your ass down. It shows me the potential. You pinched in and it makes it one lane. But no, Larga will never be a bike lane. No matter how much I will it into existence. It's always going to be a drag strip of morons. With a little parking on the side. An obstacle course of the clueless. Case in point. That's right, go fast down here. Hit that bump. Slow your ass down. Maybe that ought to stay. You know, all that, no, those potholes and pitfalls, whatever you want to call it. Pitfalls, pratfalls, potholes. Might be a good thing. You see it's pointing in the wrong direction. It should be a bump and not a dip. It's the old expression, any port in a storm. Alright, so I'm put the battery door back on and we'll see. And then I got my reflective white hat. Maybe it'll make, that makes a difference. But I'm gonna see if that keeps this camera cool. It's 88 degrees, humidity at 33. So it feels like it's in the 90s. With a slightly cool breeze though. Ready? Oh, my new vest is so much better than what I had. It would be perfect if it had the perfect body cam mount. And actually I don't even need a body cam mount anymore. I'm waiting on that dang. I think the empty suits tariffs caused me to lose a couple of remote cameras. And every time there's a Republican presidency, you dig in and you try to weather the storm. This time around, it doesn't feel like there's anywhere to dig in. The Bush years, it was just like, all right, well, let's find other things to do with ourselves until this blows over. The first Trump term, I thought, okay, this will kind of teach the Democrats a lesson. They'll stop putting up, they'll stop trying to do that whole stupid seniority thing, and they'll start putting in the charismatic candidate that everybody can rally behind. And they still didn't learn a goddamn thing. Now it's Joe's turn. He put in his time, and I was like, all right. People try to tell me how good Joe was, and that's great and all, but Joe was too damn old. And so as a result, couldn't get that second term. A lot of people didn't even know he was going to live through it. And apparently their concerns were founded. They're still going after people over here. Wow, 2027. I mean, this is a new car. Oh, I guess that'll add on to the car note. What I learned in this election cycle is not to put my hopes down on the Democrats. There was a little bit of light stuff. After all, they had a guy on there. That was this whole poster. Hope. No more hope for the Democrats. On the local level, none of that shit matters. On the local level, you especially see how the big money comes in here, and how the big money comes in and taints everything. Like I said, a school board election with millionaires being paid by billionaires. It's crazy. And then you had the city council, 8 people, 2 who were kind of flaky, and the rest who were bought and sold by different factions. So what was your idea? A new political party called Team America. But Team America won't. Howdy. Team America won't start on the federal level. It'll start on the local level. Grassroots party. Man, they really cleaned them out. What's Team America's platform? Public housing, public education, public health care, a well-regulated market, free market. People say that doesn't make any sense. It's like it makes perfect sense. We're going to make sure these guys can't gobble up each other and just be profit driven. You want to be part of the community, you're going to be part of the community. You're going to pay into the community. Together, everyone achieves more party. It's going to be a progressive tax system that actually works, no loopholes. And it's the same temporary plate. That's proof that the temporary plate thing is bullshit. That exact same number was on the Ford F-250. Man, they really got with it. Now, that's the ultimate defiance, man. Dudes turned the wrong way and parked next to the no parking sign with no registration sticker. He doesn't get 2 shits. Team America. I think I see why they tried to say the no labels party, because as soon as you said we're this group, we're this thing, we're that thing, people start polarizing. Definitely you can't call yourself the Reform Party. Oh, that was a sad deal. A practical party taken over by an impractical man and group. The Reform Party kind of showed, or not kind of showed, that the Reform Party was a perfect example of what was wrong with, or what is wrong with the American political system. This neat attempt at grassroots political action, and then they hitched their wagon to a mercurial billionaire. He may have said one or two smart things, but after that, everything else he said was batshit crazy. So what do I think of Ross Perot? He knew how to tap into good ideas, he just had poor execution. You get the feeling that the only reason he was a billionaire is because timing. Timing and a pretty good head start. Boy, this street is terrible. No, it's hard to have coherent thoughts when you're trying to breathe and at the same time monitoring situations on the ground. The problem is before I started recording all this and I was walking, I can have about 5 or 6 ideas rolling around in my head. My brain can get pulled in 5 different directions, my mouth can't. So when my mouth is struggling to try to hold on to one rational thing, 4 other things in my mind are going, hey, pay attention to that. Hey, monitor that. Hey, what do you think about this? Oh, we need to do some research on that later. I think that's why people have interview style videos and whatnot, is because when you got that person in front of you, you stay focused on that one task in the conversation. 2 mouths, 1 idea. All right, how many minutes have I been out here? That's the beautiful thing about this one. It is loud. It will let me know, hey! All right, let's try to get around this. Some kind of blue thistle. It's weird, like Big chunk taken out of the right side, then a big chunk taken out of the left side. Wow, there's rebar showing. It looks just like the other one. That's all they did, was they just copied. It's going to be the same one over here. Maybe they'll change the window scheme a little bit. No bat. Till I get caught on something. How much did that cost me? 5 minutes? Now, of course, when I get my ass in gear, literally, that's when the asshole comes by. But it could have been worse. I could have been doing this in the middle of the street and blah! Got plowed. Yeah, ironically, he was playing with his battery. Alright, so, yeah, what I saw online, so it's the battery. I'm going to tell Ray about this. So Ray, your battery might be bad. I've had it overheat twice, and I took the battery out right now, and I've got it hooked into my my Japanese external battery, and so far it seems to be recording. When I did this yesterday, I tried to do it, and then 1 minute later it would just say and this battery is damn near radioactive. Sucker's got some heat on it. Oh shit, what did I do with that battery? Oh, I put it in the other pocket. We're good. Pardon me. Everybody got to walk around your goddamn super truck. He says, oh, well, nobody ever comes by this way. Yeah, plan on nobody coming by. Oh, crap. So, sometimes ready to help you out. Other times it's just like you got to take all their advice with a grain of salt. But pull the battery, pull the door, plug in an external battery, and your camera won't overheat. That's if you got a Hero 11. When I get the Hero 12, I'll see what happens. I was gonna say, I'm looking at my watch, 1,600 hours.
The pipe is not around it. Hi, sir.
Now, it was a weird deal that they had all these trees here that were good shade and decent growth, and they just chopped them all down. Wonder if it was done out of spite. Now they have an erosion control problem. Fake plate or real? Real. Well, it's real metal anyway. Well, I think the reason that most people didn't notice that the GoPro was overheating is most people were plugging it into like an external battery pack. Nicely done. We give you the TTR stamp. Wow. That guy.